Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 197 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. Today we're talking about mental health, of course, and mental well-being all this month, but we're focusing on the topic of mindfulness. This is one of those topics that I know I personally need to work on because I dive really deeply into studying it every time it comes up, and I look for ways to have it benefit me as well as for me to practice it. So I'm going to share those things today. I'm going to share 10 benefits of being mindful. I'll define it first, as simplest definition I can think of, and then give ways that we can practice that in our everyday life. Why? Because I know I need to do that too. Mindfulness is being in the present moment without judgment, meaning just going with the flow. I am not very good at going with the flow, according to most of the people that I love and care about and that are close to me. I want to change and control and make sure everything is awesome for everybody. It doesn't always work out that way, right? Life can be very messy, and sometimes we just have to go with the flow of the mess in order to create the situation and the experience that we want. So what are some of the benefits of mindfulness? I'm going to grab my magnifying glass and pop through this list I brainstormed. Number one, stress reduction. If we are in the present moment, being attentive to what's actually going on and paying attention to that with all of our senses, it's less stressful than if we are imagining what could happen. And I'm very extremely not great at that in a positive way, and especially with my granddaughters. And it reduces our stress because we're dealing with what's actually going on, not what happened in the past or what could possibly happen in the future. We're right there present with the situation. Secondly, it improves our emotional regulation. If we are mindful and paying attention and self-aware, we are more likely to respond emotionally in an appropriate way for the situation instead of overreacting. Sometimes I overreact. 3, enhanced focus and concentration. When we are literally paying attention and present in what we're doing instead of multitasking, and again, I'm a huge multitasker, always have been. I often used to say that if women couldn't multitask, that the species would cease to exist, because women have to be able to do so many things simultaneously in order to take care of their families, take care of themselves, and keep the world moving in a positive way. 4, reduce anxiety and depression. One of the fastest, easiest ways to reduce depression is to do something outside of yourself and be present in what you're doing. And without judgment, right? Hey, I'm doing this. It's the first time I've ever done it. Instead of judging how I'm doing it, I'm just going to experience it and see how it goes, and then learn from there. 5, increase self-awareness, which all of us, I am really flabbergasted at how unself-aware I am, and I think I practice it, much less other people. 6, improve decision-making. We are attentive and present. We make better decisions than if we're only half there. 7, enhanced physical health and well-being. 8, boosted immune system. 9, increased compassion and empathy. We treat other people better when we're paying attention and present. We're actually seeing how they respond and react to our communication or the things that we say and do. And 10, improve sleep quality. I don't know about you, but sometimes we all need better sleep. So what are some ways we can improve our mindfulness, that we can practice mindfulness so it just becomes automatic, so that what we're doing, we're actually doing and we're paying attention to, and we're there, we're present. I spent a lot of years, probably a couple of decades, raising my children, and I hate to admit it now, but multitasking. If we were on vacation, I was doing work while we were on vacation. If I was at work, I was trying to manage my family while I was at work sometimes. I wasn't 100% present hardly anywhere, hardly any time in my life. And it was very seldom living mindfully and in the present moment. And I was not at all self-aware. I wasn't aware that I was doing these things. So what are some of the best ways to become more mindful, more present, to be able to be and exist in the second that we're living right now? Because the truth is, the only time we can do anything is in the present moment. The past is the past, nothing we can do about it. The future is the future. There's really very little we can do about that except impact the way we think and feel and show up right now, because that creates the future that we want. So one of my favorite ways is, of course, meditation. I've got a meditation app, a hypnosis app that I listen to every single day. And that helps me to continue to be more mindful. Mindful walking. When we walk, I used to walk in the park every day, or somewhere every day, and I'd have headphones in. I'd be listening to a webinar or a book on tape or something. And I realized one day I was missing everything. I was here in this beautiful location every single day, and I was missing it because I was listening to something else. So I was really just going through the motions of walking, but I wasn't really enjoying my walks at all. It was just something I felt like I had to do every day to take care of myself, but I wasn't present for that experience. So mindful walking is paying attention to what's around you, the beauty that's around you, the sights, the sounds, the smells. Usually we're not tasting anything. Hopefully we're not eating bugs, but being physically there when we're physically doing something. Mindful eating, same thing. I don't know about you, but many of us are just, we eat to get by and we just eat without thinking about it. But if you pay attention to eating, it's a much better experience. You know, how many of us have gone out to a super nice restaurant, had an awesome dinner, and barely even remember or noticed? We didn't taste it. We didn't smell it. We didn't really pay hardly any attention. Maybe because we had great company, and that's awesome. That's even better, right? Experience with other human beings. But we want to, most of the time when we're eating, actually be present for the eating, so that our body processes those foods in the way that's best for us. Body scan meditation is another one. Of course, I like meditations. And one of the types of meditations we can do is a body scan meditation, where we quiet our mind and we sit or lay quietly and we think about each of the different parts of our body, or we observe and notice what's going on in our body. Our bodies are the best consciousness facilitator that we have. I think Rika Zimmerman taught me that. And she said that, she probably still says it, but she said it a lot back when I listened to her. And it's amazing when we tune in to what's going on in our body. It signals to us and tells us a lot of what's going on in our mind and what we're thinking. Mindful activities. Incorporate into your everyday activities more mindfulness, being present in the shower, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're cooking, when you're doing laundry, when you're doing chores, when you're doing everyday activities. Be present and mindful to what you're doing. So today, what are we going to do? We are going to do something mindfully. You pick, you choose what it is that you want to do, but do it and be absolutely present to the best of your ability. I like to say be 100% present, but I mean, come on, let's be honest. We're not. We're very easily distracted. But how can you bring yourself back to, just like mindful meditation is you're calming your mind, focusing on your breath. This is my definition, okay? Calming your mind, paying attention, focusing on your breath. And then when your mind wanders, bringing it back to center, bringing it back to calm and peace and whatever is the purpose of your meditation at the time. If it's mindfulness, it's bringing it back to the present moment. The present moment is you're safe, you're relaxing, you're breathing, you're tapping into what's going on in your body, etc. So today, pick one thing that you can be attentive to or mindful to. Mine, I'm going to be mindful when I'm with my grandbabies, my grandchildren today, because I am often not mindful when I'm with them. And that's a mistake I feel like I made with my kids, and I don't want to repeat it with my granddaughters. And then I think my emotional regulation and my responses will be less stressful and calmer moving forward. All right, if I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Let's have an amazing day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.